Today, on the early morning show,
how to achieve real inner peace.
Trade them for the world, what more can I say? See, we didn't have much, what we had, we made the most of it.
Good morning and welcome to the early morning show. Now today we're talking about how to achieve inner peace. Real lasting inner peace. Not that temporary stuff, but real lasting inner peace. Now I've been counseling and teaching couples and individuals for over 35 years now, so this is my subject. Now a lot of us, what we do if we look for inner peace, we seek to find it outside of ourselves. Inner peace is different than outer peace. So some people will go to the mountains, to a beautiful valley, to some kind of vacation on a yacht, or Pacific Princess, whatever you're having. You will choose some landmass, maybe the trees or a forest, to get away from it all, to try to center ourselves, to give us inner peace. Now those things will never actually bring you inner peace. And some people try to get it from alcohol, some people try to get it from drugs, some people try to get it from religion, and others sex. But those last four I name you, they're all fleeting. They wear off when the dopamine rush wears off. So you can't get it that way. So what you're looking for is what triggers you to get angry and lose your peace. Okay? Because a lot of us are programmed from things we went through in the past that trigger us. And these triggers existed long before this modern day, this thing is triggering me, that thing is triggering me. So we actually have things in life that we went through, negative or positive, that trigger us. And because of these things, they end up being stimuli. So you could actually go out there in the woods and do yoga with friends of yours, and you'll be at peace. And as soon as you come back into the city, you're angry again. Why is that? Because that was outer peace. You were getting that from some other place. The stimuli inside of your body triggered you once you went back into the city. So let me explain to you. Imagine you're out in the most beautiful valley. I mean, they got flowers out there, birds and animals, no negative people. So you will be at peace. Your blood pressure will go down. You'd have a good time. But our inner triggers, what changes our peace, is when the stimuli, the person that you disliked in the past, walks near you. Or you can see them in your view, or you even think about them. Okay? So in the middle of that valley, all you have to do is enter the one person that you dislike to walk in that valley in front of you, and then you will lose your peace in a split second. The same way if you go back to town, around everybody, you lose your inner peace. Why? Because the stimuli that you grew up with that caused you negativity came out. Some people are triggered with the stimuli by people, places, foods, songs, or smells from childhood. It could set you off. It may ruin your whole year. So what we want to do, if you want to get a hold of the stimuli that irritate your peace, the only thing that you can do is forgiveness. It may sound easy, but it's the only key. I was talking to somebody else the other night, and they wanted to get even with somebody that had wronged them. But little did the person know is that they were giving up their peace. Some people just come here and say, hey, give me your peace. And what do? We give it to them. So the first thing you want to do is find out what triggers you in life. Say it was your culture. When you grew up, your culture didn't treat you too well. So some people introduced around their own culture as an adult. They get pissed off. Say when you were a little child, you were dominated by your parents. Or you had a free hand by your parents. They didn't care what you did. So those things in life can trigger you to destroy your whole week. And like I said, yoga won't fix that. Prayer won't fix that. Food won't fix it. Alcohol won't fix it. Sex won't fix it. Drug won't fix it. None of that stuff will fix it because you are holding on to that. When most of us die, we can get a certificate because we had over 20, 30, 40, 70 years of unforgiveness of something that happened at the time we were 5 years of age. So those are all, if you go to peaceful places, they're not going to last when you come back into what's called the real world. But if you got a hold of what triggers you in the past, forgave that, let that go, then it can no longer bother you. I used to teach, when I used to teach people, I would tell them we all have 2 forgivenesses to get through before we leave this planet. So before you die, you have 2 forgivenesses. You have a minor forgiveness and a major forgiveness. So when you're a child, the minor forgiveness is somebody who took your candy, let's say your candy bar or your little sucker. That was your friend. And you easily told that person, okay, I forgive you. That's easy. So all of us will have the initial forgiveness. That teaches you. And then each person on a planet, excuse me, has a major forgiveness. And our major forgiveness is only pinpointed to us, like our fingerprints or irises. Nobody has your forgiveness. So say when you were young, you forgave the person who took your candy, the person who took your boyfriend or girlfriend, the person who stole your shoes. That's good. And then you are assaulted after that age by somebody. Say your parent, your mother, your brother, niece, any kind of family member. They assaulted you. Or say you were molested, or anything that's negative. Life has given you a reason to forgive. And some people will go from that day when it happens to the time they die not forgiven. The only way to forgive is once they die, the memory is gone. The body is deceased, the memory is gone. So what you want to do is find out how you can forgive that person. You see the word forgive. I always tell people to break it down in 2 parts, for and give. So you're letting this person go, you're forgiving them in advance. So for, imagine in advance. So before they're able to receive your forgiveness, and before you're able to actually give forgiveness, because you still have animosity in your heart. So you're letting them go in advance. One day you'll be able to receive it, one day I'll know what it's like. So just want to let you guys know that our triggers are based upon things that we went through that we are not letting go. And as long as you don't let something go, it won't let you go. And like I said before, everybody has a different trigger. So you want to stop asking for friends around you, how can I let this go? There's a lot of people ask me, how can I let this go? How can I forgive this? Just do it. Just do it. In life, we have people that we hate. But here's the funny part. The people that you hate are friends to somebody else, and they love them. The people you consider friends are enemies to somebody else, and they literally hate them. So, for the early morning show, I'm telling you, if you want to find real, lasting inner peace, that comes from a body that has learned to let go. We've been holding a lot of stuff. If you don't let it go, it'll chase you around, it'll rob your peace. Every time you see somebody who's like that was in your family, with a face looks just like your sister, she was a pain in your ass, you start to get upset. Your mother used to burn food, you smell burning food, you get upset. So until you let those people go, it'll never let you go. For the early morning show, this is Charles. Until I see you next time, make sure you learn how to forgive if you want to get real, lasting inner peace.
Living in my own world. 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 Open state of mind.
California dreaming.
Open state of mind.
California scheming.
Open state of mind.
California is the reason for this golden state of mind. California dreaming. California scheming. California is the reason for this golden state of mind.
Open mind and you'll find what you've been missing. Please don't waste my time and never try to tell me different. There I go again, ignoring my own advice. But take my word for it, man, I've been living nice. Like the bottom of some skis on a January morning. Up in Aspen sipping cocoa. I prefer my women foreign. Don't disturb me if I'm snoring, let me be. Cause you gotta get your rest to be a king. I would not expand your mind, girl, you too fine not to. Don't let me leave with someone that is not you.